G'day folks and welcome to Australian UFO Sightings official podcast. I'm your host Anthony Goodall and you're listening to Encounters Down Under. Here we invite guests on the show to tell us about their encounters with aliens and UFOs, where most of our episodes were streamed live from our Facebook page, which gave listeners the opportunity to ask questions to our guests regarding their encounter. If you have had an encounter and would like to be a guest on the show, please get in touch with us. You can send us a message through our Facebook page, Encounters Down Under, or send us an email at australianUFOsightings@outlook.com.au. Be sure to join us on Facebook and share with your friends and family to help us grow, and hopefully encourage others to come forward with their encounter. If you're an iTunes listener and a fan of the show, why not give us that 5-star rating and review, and you could have your review featured on the podcast. But enough of that, let's get into what you've been waiting for. So kick back, relax with your favourite beverage, and enjoy the show. G'day folks and welcome to another episode of Encounters Down Under. We have Tony join the show to talk about an amazing sighting he'd witnessed with a group of friends whilst flying powered paragliders, and was even followed by a strange object. But what makes this even better is that this was a sighting during the day. So please welcome to the show, Tony. Welcome to the show there, Tony. Can you hear us, mate?
Hey, how you going?
Good, mate. Self? Good? Oh, hang on. I'm going to try and change over so everyone can see you.
I'm here. Hello. Yeah.
There we go. Gotcha. You're a little bit out of focus there, mate, so you might have to go and move back a little bit if you can.
How's that?
It might be just the quality of the video has gone crap or something going on. You're not too bad, but it's all right. I think everyone can see pretty well. Just right.
Okay.
Mate, thanks for coming on the show there, mate. I hit you up there because you had this awesome experience, and I've got a bit of echo going on there. You got just turn your volume down a little bit, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, how's that?
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Got a little bit.
Check.
I'm echoing through a little bit, so unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, volume's down on my end.
Okay, that's all right. We'll roll through it. We can work with it. So, mate, you had an awesome experience. So I got in touch with you. You had an awesome experience there, and look, I had to get you on the show. Like, this is absolutely mind blowing. But you also had some prior experience that as when you were younger. So, if you don't mind, can you run us through your earliest experiences for us?
Yeah. So I was probably about 12 years of age, just finishing off the day at work. So I went home. Mum and Dad called dinner. I went outside roughly about 9 o'clock in the night time, and I saw this bright star, roughly about the horizontal on the horizon, not up, but about horizontal, and it was very bright, and I thought it was Mars, but it wasn't Mars because it was sort of like a ball of fire, but it was really bright, and it started off when I got my eye on it. It started off like about here. And then it just went to the right, about 10 centimeters, stopped. And then from there, it went down on that angle. Then it went to the right, and it stopped. And then just before I went around to get the binoculars, it shot off, went the opposite direction. It did a Z, right? Yeah. Down, across, like a Z. And then it stopped, and then just went, boom. And I'm like, whoa. And I just went outside for another hour. I couldn't see nothing else. It was like pretty intense.
That would have been amazing. So, how long did the whole thing last for the whole experience?
That for roughly about 45 seconds to about a minute.
So it's decent. It just would have been bang, gone, done. Like, what?
Yeah. It moved quick. Like that last part, just from the bottom, shot up really quick on an angle on its path, went straight up to the sky and disappeared, just like that, like a shooting star. But yeah, no shooting star does a Z in the sky.
Yeah, it's really confusing with the whole Z concept. People report that they're seeing them doing like a Z sort of motion there, and then just disappear off. And it's like, what is with the Z motion? It's confusing.
Yeah, trying to throw people off like that, eh?
Yeah, like some people think it's to try and grab people's attention, but there's got to be more to it. I think there's like some people think it's like maybe recharging up the warp drive or something, so you got to bounce it quickly and sort of, how we got those. Those torches that we sort of, do that bit of that motion. But anyway, you charge them up that way. Something with the bouncing back anyway. It's confusing. I suppose we'll never find out what the real meaning behind those zigzags are.
Nah, that's it. Eh? This all still a mystery in my mind, but yeah, the next one I'm about to tell you, well, was really mind blowing. But yeah, I've only had two experiences in my life. So the first one with the light, and this next one really threw me away. It was like really out of the park. But um, yeah. Did you just go through with it or?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, go for it, mate. It's all yours now. You go for it. You take it.
All right. So it was on a Thursday night. We finished work. We usually fly paragliders, so it's pretty much a motor on our backs and a parachute above our heads, pretty much. So just a powered paraglider. So we run, we take off into the wind, and we go up and we fly. Take a couple steps, not, and then pretty much when you run out of fuel, just come down and you land safely. So the most bizarre thing about that is like I'm still thinking about it. It's been about 2 weeks since it happened. We flew off. We took off into the headwind around about 7:45 in the afternoon. We were heading into a headwind, heading south. The wind was roughly about 30 km an hour. So I was cruising out we had a CNET Bluetooth communication, and I can hear them like getting ready, and they were on the park ready to take off. I got out to about a 2K radius, and they dropped out of the radios, and I thought to myself, all right, I'll just keep going. It's pretty overcast, pretty cloudy. There was like a break in the sky. So you can see after the break on my side, at the break there's clouds. On that side of the break is blue sky. So as I'm flying towards the south, the break was ahead of me. I got towards roughly about 4K out. They dropped out of communication. At this point, I thought I'll turn around and go get them because it's the flight's not fun without them. So as I started to turn, and that's when I was so shocked to see what I saw in the sky. There was a large rectangular object, estimating roughly between, I'd say, 8 to 12 meters wide, top to bottom, about 3 meters high, roughly. And it was roughly like a dog bone shape, rectangular. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, just standing right there in front of me, about 2,000 feet away. And when I saw it, I was like shocked, like, what the hell was that? It's not even moving. And at that point, I looked to the left and I saw at least another 4 or 5, probably 500 feet away from that, a bit more further back. They're hovering around, flying in and out, not in unison, but one going left, one going right. The speeds of these things that were moving in a 30K wind, these were flying into the wind 100 Ks an hour, probably faster. And that's just bizarre because, like, a rectangular object flying into the wind at that speed, that's just it's not what we know. 100 Ks into the wind going that way, yeah, fair enough, but not that way. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? Then I look to my right, and I'm looking into the cloud. I can see in the distance these small, dark, like dark balls that were so far, but there was like at least 40 to 50 of these balls coming in and out of the cloud. It's like mothership opened up, and then all these balls came out of the mothership through the cloud, and I'm seeing millions of them flying backwards and forwards like that, just like an invasion, like mosquitoes coming out of a hole or something, or flies, yeah. And I thought, what is that? I'm flying here for about 5 minutes trying to identify what it is. I'm thinking they're UFOs. I'm not sure if they were UFOs, but I thought they were drones. drones. They got propellers on them. They can cut my wing. I got a bit scared. I thought, okay, hang on. All right, they're not drones because there's fucking 40 or 50 of them there. Someone down below is having drone parties. That's impossible. They're too close together and they could crash. I thought, okay, all right, it's not that. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to get away from this stuff. I'm going to fly back, get away from these things. So I turned to the left and I flew back in the direction I came from. This large object, the rectangle, was on my right side of my wing. As I'm flying back, it flew over to the left-hand side really quick. And I'm like, oh shit, moved quick. And I'm flying back. It's up on my left-hand side and it's hovering. It's following me. As I get back to the roughly 2K mark, the other two guys on the radio having a conversation. I break them up. Hey, boys, quick, look at me. Look, what do you see? Quick. And then they reply, what the is that above your wing? They go. I go, I don't know, but it followed me back from back there. And they go, then they said, there's another 4 above you, behind you, in a straight, in a line like that, really close together, flying forward and going back like this, going forward and back into the wind and forward into the wind, back like this, but in unison. He thought they were like helium balloons, but helium balloons don't usually fly in a bunch close together, a straight line. They're usually in the bunch.
Yeah.
But and also flying into the wind, cutting back into the headwind, going forward. Hot air balloons don't do that. And he's like, shocked to see what the hell that is. I can't understand. And how they can fly so quick. So I'm flying back. I get to where they are. This thing has come from my left over to the top of my wing. And at that point, one of the boys go on the radio. They go, why don't you try and chase this thing, go up? I go, if I've got nothing else better to do, why not? I've got to go up with it, yeah? So I decided to hit the throttle. I squeeze my throttle to give me full power to climb. And I'm going round. And at this point, I'll pull my right brake. So I'm turning to the right and I'm doing like a turn round and round, and I'm going up like this. Now, as I'm going up, right turn going up, I'm looking up at this black thing. And this thing is also going round and round and round with me. Same thing.
Oh, wow.
But it's going up with like this, but it's actually going further away from me. And I'm looking at it, and then the boys on the radio, they go, you won't catch it, but it's going faster than you. It's going up. And I go, okay, all right, I'll just stop, because I'm at probably about 800 feet, 1,000 feet. I can't remember what it was above the ground. Everyone's small on the ground. I'm pretty high. Then I said, all right, I'll stop. I'm going to, I'll come back down again. When I stopped, when I looked up, this thing, from whatever height it was, I'd say 3,000 feet, cloud base is about 8,000 feet. From 3,000 feet, like that, this thing shoots up like a bullet, faster than a bullet. I couldn't like that from here, straight up to cloud base. And then from the clouds, at this point, it just climbs, goes back in like that. So up, and then in. And it disappeared into the cloud. And that was it. I don't know what happened to the other 4 behind me. I didn't see what happened, but this thing just disappeared. Just shot up like a rock. I'm like a bullet. Like, I'm, whoa! And then the boys on the radio, they go, "Fuck! Did you see how that thing moved? How quick it moved right up?" And then the second pilot goes, "I'm fucking shocked. I don't know what the fuck that was. I've never seen nothing like that before, ever in my life. I'm a skeptic, and when I saw that for the first time, he goes, now I believe it."
That's incredible.
We all just like UFO. We unidentified what that was. It's a flying object, but it's identified. So as I say, the UFO. But this object, how fast they move into the wind, is just incredible, and how high they go up. Rectangular. It's just mind-boggling, eh?
Oh, that's incredible. I'll put the image there of what you sent through to me. For what
Yeah.
you thought the ship looked like, so people just get a bit of an idea what it actually looked like. But that's incredible. That thing just following you around. Was it sort of like mimicking your same circular pattern that you were doing?
Yeah, as I'm going like round and then round, going up like that, and then I'm looking up as I'm going round, because it's like going like around in a, like I say, a merry-go-round. Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm going around, I'm looking up. This thing is doing the same thing. I can see it going around with me, and even Mick, the boys on radio, they go, "It's following you up. it's going up with you." And I'm looking up, thinking, I could definitely see it going up, but it's going further up, so it's actually flying faster. But the minute that I stopped, probably 3 seconds later, I had my eye on it. It just went like that. Boom. I'm like, oh my goodness! And then it disappeared into the cloud. I went down. I went to the ground. I landed, and then at that point, I just kept on looking at the sky. Half an hour later lapsed, and I'm looking at, and the stars come out. And I'm looking at stars, thinking, is there any losing stars out there? No. And the boys are still taking the piss. They're thinking, no, you're never going to see it again. You're never going to see it. Just let it go and come up again. I'm like, nah. I'm in shock right now, boys. I'm sorry. This is hitting me more than them. It's like, that's not what I see every day. especially the way they move, man, so fast. You know,
It's
I
mind-boggling.
wish I had my camera on me. I swear, I had the phone on me. Not like just before I took off. I got the call from the doctor. I'm all good, cool. And then yeah, I put a trailer. I locked. I said, I'm not gonna need this. I just need my GoPro. Talk to the other boys and go for a flight. And then on that flight, I thought, never think I was gonna see like this UFO in the sky. It was like just you just don't expect it. I didn't expect it. Like just gonna go for a fly, come back like we did every other time, and all of a sudden I see these black things in the sky. And I thought, now this is bizarre. One of the pilots had his camera on him, his phone, but he didn't take any photos, man. And us two were still talking. I go, "What are you taking any photos, man? Come on." He goes, "Man, I was in disbelief. I didn't know what to do." Like just to see that in the sky, it's like yeah, I'm a skeptic, and when I saw it, I'm like, shit, they actually do exist. Whatever it was, it's crazy. So
It's funny because like it's always when you least expect it, these things
yeah,
show up, and everyone says like, "Why are you taking a photo?" Like, dude, I am like looking at something that defies our logic, and you would think I'm going to
that's
be like
right.
in the right mindset to go, "I'm just going to take a photo." It's,
No,
and no one's in that right mindset to think and take a picture at that time, and like you say, like we don't expect it, and if we were expecting, we'd probably have proper images of UFOs by now.
yeah, that's right.
Because people
Yeah,
go, "Oh, here's one coming up. Hang on, yep, I'll just take a photo." But it's always when we least expect it.
I sat on it and thought about what just happened, right? And I had analysed what I know. The clouds were coming from the south, so from Altona area, coming from the bay, coming up towards Bendigo, that direction. So these things came in the cloud. They came out of the cloud, analysed what we're doing, mimicking what we're doing. When we got back to base, they followed us back. Now, and then once they had enough, they shot back in the cloud, and they went with the cloud, and they kept on going to Bendigo. So they came out of the cloud, come down, mucked around, went back up, and then went and disappeared. From that day, I still look up to the sky to today, and I'm seeing a lot of like black overcast grey cloud, not black but grey, and it's surrounding. And I'm always looking up, thinking, all right, so if these things are in the cloud hiding, it's going to come out 100%. I mean, I didn't see them in the day, but there was just so many of them. It's like a UFO invasion. Yeah, there was so many. I couldn't count them. I would say what 50, 40, 50, possibly more in the distance. And I couldn't get there because I'm slow, just going slow along. But I would imagine they were probably near the city, roughly, maybe in Dandenong, judging the distance. And at a distance, I'm just looking at them. I thought maybe someone had died and the spirit went up, and you can see all this dust come out of the cloud. I thought, nah, that's maybe a possibility. But what I saw above, and then I saw those four and that one above, and that in the distance must be these rectangle things that must be there. It's the same thing. And I thought, okay, it has to be this thing. All right. But they could be drones. I thought, no, I'm going to turn around and get out of here. Bizarre, man. Really, really got me thinking. Even today, I think to myself, it's going to come out again.
Oh, it's amazing. Did you take note of what was happening with the mothership at all?
No, I saw. So pretty much, it's like the mothership was above the cloud. That's what I imagined, and it's like it let its platform down above this or the cloud. That's what I imagined, and then these dark things were coming out through this. It's like you can see a little gap in the cloud, and they're coming out and in, going backwards and forwards.
Okay.
And I'm trying to count them all. I'd say about 50, maybe 60 more. There were so many. I was looking at it thinking, the hell is all that? Millions of balls, thousands of them, flying all close together, coming in and all going out, quick, going fast. Yeah.
So they're only really circling the mothership. They're not really going far distance, like to the ground or anything, were they?
No, they'll just like say coming out of the cloud and then hovering. But I couldn't when they came out of the cloud, the bottom of the cloud base. I couldn't. It's like, as I remember, I think they went back into the fog again. Because the cloud was pretty thick. It's like that small pocket. So I saw them in the pocket, in the empty space of the cloud. And when they came out to that certain point, and that's like they went back into the fog again. And then some were coming back out and going in. like a tunnel. You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't see on the left-hand side of the tunnel, and I couldn't see above it because it's cloud. Just wanted to get above it all and then see what was going on.
Yeah.
But I contacted the airspace, and none of them saw anything. In the times they've been in this area for 30 years, they haven't seen nothing like this, and it's like, wow, am I the only one? I can't believe it. So next town over, their aerodrome, I contacted them. I haven't seen nothing like that either. Yeah,
It's
no, I
surprising
contacted
that no
anyway.
one's actually saw it though. Something so obvious.
Yeah, so I'm like in my mind, I was going to contact Tullamarine Airspace or Air Services Australia, but someone else already have, and they've already relayed information that there was about, I think, 12 aircraft 10 aircrafts in the vicinity of the 12K radius. They were coming in and land because Tullamarine's pretty close to our airspace, so they were coming into land. So that was like and helicopters and planes were coming in, but not they couldn't detect that on the radar. And it's like, man, okay, so you guys can't help me. I called RAF Airspace, and they just told me to call the police.
Police aren't going to do much, but anyway.
So they couldn't help me, and I'm thinking I'm stuck now. I don't know who else to call. Ghostbusters? I don't know. It's like you call everybody that maybe can put a no, just because I know 2 other pilots saw it. It's not just me. There's 3 of us.
Yeah.
So if the radars in the sky can't pick up this whatever it was in the daytime, yeah, I don't know who else to talk to. Yeah.
That's the thing. There's not a lot of places to report this to. Like, there's organisations that do have, like, reporting sort of segments for themselves, like for information, obviously. But there's nothing really. How do you say, like you can go to the police and make a report. There's nothing like that sort of.
No, because they have no power to go up there and have a look.
Yeah, well, they don't really take it seriously either. Like, they take it seriously to a point, but there's nothing they can sort of investigate it into.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So I think we're a bit of a loss in that sense there when it comes to these sort of things. But a lot of it's just mostly public reports, and that's all we've got really. And basically, that's why pages exist now these days to try and keep these things alive and reporting that these.
Yeah, that's right.
To make the realization that they're actually there. But I've got a question in regards to the object. Like, so how big do you reckon the small objects were?
So when you look up in the sky and then you see the moon, okay, the distance of the moon being so far away, this thing being in our atmosphere, I would believe roughly about probably 3/4 of the size of the moon on a full moon, 3/4 of the size that size. So I imagine it to be maybe 8 meters wide, being rectangular. So I say that wide, that really so longer, wider, and top to bottom. I imagine it to be about 8 to 12 meters. In that probably roughly about that wide, being a like dog bone shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never imagined to put my finger up like this, sort of, far distance, you close one eye and you sort of, you look like that. But being lower than clouds at that, and the bizarre thing that I keep thinking going through my mind, I'm looking at this thing, this dark thing, and is that picture I just sent you just then?
Yep.
See, not the one that's circled, but the second and the third one. If you bring those up, you'll see how blurry they are in the picture. Okay, and that's exactly what I envisioned when I saw what I saw. So I went to Google and I found those images, and I thought, okay, that's as close out. And the bizarre thing is, I was looking at it with my own eyes. That's exactly what I saw with my eyes. So I'm thinking, why isn't it sharp? This image is not sharp. It's freaking blurry in the sky. And I'm still trying to stare at it, squint my eyes, looking at this thing. And I thought at one point, being rectangular, I saw in the center being like noughts and crosses, so up, so down, up, down, up, down, up, up, and then the cross, like the Planeteers, they have like, But that I was like squinting hard to have a look at inside or see propellers. I thought I saw faint lines in them, but then I looked again. I can't really see that. It's very dark, charcoal thing. it's just, plus it was a bit blurry, It wasn't a clear black image. It was like transparent a little bit, as you can say.
Yeah, okay, that's surprising. That's because like usually people like, get a little bit of
Sort of.
detail, but they also say like there's like no world lines or anything like that with crafts as well. So I'm not surprised that you didn't really see overly much detail when it comes to like obviously corners or welding lines or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, they had no propellers on them. I was looking for, I thought they were drones, so they would have props on the four corners. No props. So I thought, okay, that eliminates being a drone. And how it moved into the wind was, again, just shocked me. Like, wow. And how they moved into the crosswind and up fast. It's like that show, the UFO investigation show that was on like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the
It
one
was
from
on
Channel
Tuesday.
9. No, I didn't get to
Yeah.
watch it yet.
So that was on Tuesday. The bizarre thing, 2 days later, on Thursday, we saw this show. We saw them. We saw these objects. And then I said to the boys, I said, what's this? Is incredible. We see the show, and then 2 days later we see it. And they go, you had enough to say. It's like, the timing's right. And it's like, is it a sign? I've got no idea.
The irony.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's bizarre, but you sort of think, in this lifetime, I mean, we're not. I'm sure we're not alone. So the lights in the sky, what I saw, and millions of other stories that you see out there, it's like it's more and more is going to happen. I'm sure of it.
Oh, definitely. And like you're saying yourself, like you're a skeptic before all this, and
For me, I'm not skeptic. The other two boys were. Yeah, they're both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, definitely not now. But that's usually the case. So like people like finally see something and it just opens their mind and go, "Wow, these things do exist," and
that's a funny thing. Yeah, I've spoken to about 40 of my mates, and every single answer they're like, they're a bit surprising, but because I have never seen with their own eyes, the first question: did you take a picture, bro? Did you take the camera with you? I go, no, I didn't take it. Oh, you could have made a lot of money on this. I'm like, yeah. But for me, it's not about the money. It's like, what was it that I saw? I can't make sense of it. Yeah. And yeah, the responses are all different from everybody. Some people are more curious, some people not. Yeah, all the pilots that fly our type of aircraft. Again, I spoke to about good 15, probably 10, 15, and they're all interested, yeah, because they fly too.
Yeah.
And they fly nearly all the time, and they have never seen what we've seen.
Nothing.
Yeah, they're trying to get up to, can you describe it, I'm like, just talk to the other two pilots, they'll tell you too about what I saw.
Yeah.
And then they're there, and it just gets curious because most of them, they fly like fixed wings also, like Cessnas and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they can go to cloud base in no time, fast. It takes us a long time to go up with the parachute. But for them, it's like, they're up there,
That's the best thing about it too. Like you've gotten an aerial view of it, whereas most people see it from the ground. Like obviously you got pilots that see them out their windows occasionally and all that sort of stuff, but paragliding, you nearly got like a 360-degree view around you.
Yeah,
and that's like the best thing. That makes this thing really unique on this experience. Just the fact that you got the best view in the seat right there.
I'm thinking about switching to like a nanolight. Nanolight is pretty much a hang glider, so a triangle fixed wing, triangle headlight, triangle wing, and on the bottom you've got a carriage and a motor on the back. So therefore you can zip in the sky and climb quick and come down quick, fly a bit faster than the parachute, But because that way, if I wanted to go up quicker, I've got a bit more chance because obviously, say an aircraft has a bit more better than everyone on the ground. You can go up, but I have more chance of getting up quicker. And this time I'll be having I can mount stuff on the carriage like a GoPro or camera on the cockpit, and then just hang them off the wing or whatever, and you just rotate them to where you want them. And that's why you're a bit more active. No doubt, I'm sure we'll see them again. I'm sure of it. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, well, all I can say is good luck trying to catch them.
We can only try.
It doesn't matter what craft you're going to be in, you won't catch them, I don't think.
You only try, man. That's all you can do.
Just give a couple of revs of the engine there, mate. They might get the hint that you want to go and give them a drag.
No, they're super fast, bro. That's super fast. Even the other boys said how fast they move is incredible, especially into the wind. 100 k's into the wind is not, on that show, the fighter pilots, so the actual F-1 Hornets or whatever they were flying at the speed of sound. That's how fast they go. These objects they've seen in 2 years fly faster than them. So, for example, at the speed of sound they're going, these objects are at the speed of sound plus another 100 k's on top of that. It's like next storm and then see ya, they're gone.
It's absolutely amazing, incredible. Yeah, so I think a lot of people will be jealous because they're probably we might actually start encouraging people to go and get themselves a paraglider now. I hope they go see one of these things.
Everyone go fly some aircraft. You'll see you have more advantage and you have more chance of seeing more.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it would have been absolutely amazing.
I mean, they're probably a bit skeptical. Like they're probably a bit of surprised to see this form of aircraft in the sky. Let's come out of the cloud and investigate their work. You know, I thought at one stage. Now I thought to myself, maybe you're lucky to be alive because they come out to attack. And they hear the UFOs like take open cows and stuff like that, and incisions and all that sort of stuff. So I thought maybe they're going to suck my chute up and pull me up, so I can just maybe cut from the wing, throw my reserve, come floating down.
Yeah.
Because I've got to have a reserve parachute in case something goes wrong.
Yep.
So you never know what can happen. You just got to be prepared. Yeah.
No, that's right. And I suppose that's one of the questions to go like it's probably very extremely unlikely, but you would have heard of missing time. Like, there's nothing between you guys there of missing time or anything like that.
Time? No. No. Because no. You mean like time lapse?
Well, yeah. So you would have been like experienced it like as if everything was normal, but next thing you know, you sort of like clue on and going, hang on, it's like been like an hour gone or something like that. From obviously be taking times that you've take off to how long you've been in the air kind of thing. Like nothing like that would have happened.
I didn't experience that. No.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But I never thought of it like that. Yeah, that could happen, but no, we didn't experience that.
Yeah, it would have been a bit weird because, like, obviously you're in the air and just being taken from the air, which is probably a difficult task for them to even do, I suppose. But it's not impossible, to say the least.
Yeah, that's right.
It would have been weird though. Like you're up in the air for an hour or so, and next minute you come back for 3 hours later. That would have been pretty weird.
Yeah.
But, in this case, you're lucky, I suppose.
I thought because I'm just thinking about what happened. I'm thinking every bit of just relapsing second by second. When I saw him, what could have happened? How he flew over the wing, how quick they moved. I thought maybe he could come down and take me, pull me up, and that's the end of me. Yeah, I mean that I strongly thought that could have happened, 100%. Even the other boys said the same thing. They go, you know what UFOs do sometimes? They can kill people, and they abduct people. And I'm thinking, they could have got me because they're concentrating on me, not them. They'll follow me back, coming down over the top of me, following me. And then, when I got back, he knew I was coming up. But it's like playing chasey with me, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did it make you wonder, did you get, have an idea of what you think these little objects might have been doing as they're popping in and out of this mother craft?
That's the thing that I saw that those guys didn't see. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before because that was a magic moment for me. This thing, I mean, how it went from 3,000 to 8,000 shot up, that didn't intrigue me, man. Not at all. But those little, little dots, balls, because they're in the distance, and lots of them floating in and out. Oh, I don't know, but like debris, like a cyclone, taking all the crap from the ground, going up in the cyclone, but only in one direction, going backwards and forwards. When you see you see in the Twisted movies now, you see how they suck stuff up and they go around. There's a lot of debris like that. Yeah, but they're going around and around and going up and up and up. But me seeing left and right, going all concentrated together. I wish I can. If there's some sort of computer out there that I can put my helmet on and I can just reenact exactly what I saw, put on the screen. Oh man, we wouldn't need cameras anymore. Yeah. Just reenact what we saw. Yeah, that'd be the magic thing. Turn things around.
I think that'll solve a lot of world's problems too, in that kind of sense. A lot of crimes if you had something like.
Did you see the killer? Just put this helmet on and show us. just just pause onto the killer and just put on the screen.
That's
Oh,
it,
he
done.
looks like that. Looks like this.
Well, we wouldn't be able to be able to lie anymore either. He's like, "Are you telling the truth?" Yeah. No, just put this on for a
Yeah.
second. Nah, you did steal. No, you're gone now.
Just reenact it for us. Don't think of anything else but what you saw, right?
Yeah, but no, that would be a lot of very cool. Like, it's like the amount of experiences out there with like such great detail. Like it,
Yeah.
having one of those helmets would just that would give us everything that we need to know about these things.
Oh, absolutely. Like even for me, the morning after when I woke up, I woke up. I usually wake up what 7, 8 o'clock. I woke up at 5 o'clock that morning, man, just thinking and thinking and thinking. And I woke up my missus and she goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "I can't stop thinking what I saw." She goes, "Get your phone and write everything down. Just it's fresh in your head. Just write a story."
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So 5:30, I started this story and I stopped at 11 o'clock.
Oh,
Detail, bit by bit. 4 hours on this thing, writing and writing what we did, then we took off, what we saw, every little bit. I had to go back to the top. Oh, I forgot that little bit. Go back to the top, edit, put that story in there. Okay, come back to the bottom, keep writing, keep writing. Oh, I forgot that little bit. Go back to the third section, add that in. And then when I finished it completely, I gave it to her. She had a look and she goes, some spelling error, full stop, comma, all that sort of stuff. And then she goes, "Okay, you need to rewrite this thing over here." So I rewrite it. And then she gave it back to me. I read it again. And then there was a setting that was not right. Then yeah, 11:30, done. Then I just published it and I was like, okay. Because when you see something, the best thing you can never do is reenact and write, like I say, as much detail, time, direction, height, everything. So you can repaint the picture. People can just repaint in their mind and take it step by step and reenact the whole lot from start to end. Expressions, feelings, all that sort of stuff. Because if you can't see a movie, you just got to explain the best you can, and that's what that story was about. I'll send it to you later if you want to see it again. But yeah,
Yes. No, absolutely. Look, it's just one of those things that's just mind blowing, and you buzz for ages after you see something. Like you just forever just. Yep. Oh no, you just lose yourself, don't you? Nothing else really matters. You're just like, what was it? What happened? What is this thing? Like you're just trying to explain
so
it.
I'm going into the city, right? 2 days later, me and my mother-in-law and my missus, we're going to the city, and I'm in the back, and all I'm doing is looking up like this. And those two go, "You all right?" I go, "Yeah, I'm just looking." And I go, "What's wrong with you?" And just, "Oh, you looking for UFOs, aren't you?" You just got to rub it in, right? I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I mean, if you saw what I saw, wouldn't you expect to see the same thing?" It's, they're going to come back, because it was very surreal. Like you seen it with your own eyes, and it was like just a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those dots. There was like at least 40 or 50 of them coming in and out like that, going very quickly backwards and forwards. But when they were coming out, the bizarre thing that when they're coming out, and I saw them, and they went as they're coming down, they disappeared again. I couldn't know where they're from. It's like I think, what are they doing? So you can see the movements. You can't have any any results. As much as being human, you just want to know.
Yeah.
Who else do you ask?
That's it. That's the biggest question. Who do you ask on these things? Like you can ask anyone, but no one will ever give you a real answer.
Yeah, that's right. Which takes me to my next story. I've had a lot of supernatural experience in my life, and I've never asked for it to happen. It's just happened, and I'm talking about bizarre stuff. So, in this house, I've been here for about 15 years, and I've had pretty much I shut a curtain. For example, let's turn around and show you. So this curtain here, for example, there's another one in the kitchen, but a wooden rod. One curtain piece, and close it all the way, and I close it and I turn around, and then all of a sudden it's like fully open, from closed to open, and it just blew me away, man. Yeah, and I just tried to eliminate what happened. Couldn't make any sense of it. Then I've got other stuff happening, like just like a whisper in the sound in the air, and two people would hear it. Me and my missus at the time.
Yep.
And we'd like, "Did you say something?" I was like, "No, I didn't say it." We both heard it. Saw people getting pushed in front of me. So I think like trying to make sense of what I see and what's going on. And, it's all mystery, yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's one of those things again. Yeah, you just never get answers for it. There have been a lot of speculation that the paranormal and the UFO sort of things are sort of somewhat
Yeah,
connected. So
yeah, that's right.
it sort of makes you bring a question forward to you. Has your family experienced anything in regards to the UFO
Yeah.
side of things?
I, I
Noticing
spoke to my dad
abductions
and
and all
told him.
that. Oh, lost you.
No, no. Pretty much, I told my dad about the stories I've been going through. My mum passed away, but my dad, I told him, and he goes, in our family, we've had supernatural experience. He only told me 2 weeks ago, and I've been telling him for almost 10 years. I've seen all this stuff, and then just 2 weeks ago, yep, I didn't want to tell you, but yeah, my nan has had these experiences, yeah, and that enable him to see the other world. And I'm like, okay, so. And I'm thinking, what happens? And then I told my brother that story too, about the curtain and that, and he didn't believe me. But then he goes, 2 days later, he saw a dark image in his workshop. He saw three people. He knows where they all were, front, back, in front of him talking. But then on the side of them, near the kitchen, a black image walked into the kitchen. And then as the image walked in, he goes to the girl from him, goes, hang on, I need to go to the kitchen and have a look. He was in the kitchen, nobody there. Four walls and a roof, no one there. He calls me back, goes, you trying to freak me out or something? Because I'm starting to see this shit. I go, it's not me, man. I'm just telling you what I see, yeah? There's no need for me to lie because I've got better shit to worry about. Life's more fucking full on, yeah? I need to go to work, make money, and support the family. So if I'm going to call you, I might as well call you to give you a hand or whatever, being a technician. If you want a hand, I'll come and help you. But there's no point in me calling you to tell you some bullshit, yeah? And
Yeah.
then that happened to him, and he got freaked out. Like, man, I go, yeah. now you believe me, right? Yeah. He goes, yeah. I'm not a skeptic anymore. Like, well, hey, welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Again,
crazy, man.
it's some people need a kick up the ass, don't they? Like an actual proper experience for them to go and believe these things are real.
Oh man, because so lots of people don't never seen UFO or they're not seen paranormal, yeah. So they don't know what to expect. I think some people are just making shit up. But when they start to see it for themselves, they're like, now I have something to go on, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something. It's like it's only if you can seeing is believing, and every one of us are just different people. Can't convince everyone, you know.
No, that's it. That's the unfortunate part, really. Because I've probably said this nearly every single episode, almost so far. But you know, all these people having similar experiences. Like worldwide, people having these kind of things happening, and
Yeah.
either they're getting together and making a big plan to go and try and prank everyone. They're
Yep.
doing a bloody good job at it, but I think it's unfortunately, I think it's a big prank. These people are experiencing something on their own, and
Yeah,
these
it's
things are actually happening. So these things are out there. They are definitely out there. And
yeah.
that's
And when
the
I
scary
mean,
part.
like the millions of people on this earth, you know, imagine everyone believed in this and then everyone had seen it. Yeah, imagine that. What would be the end result?
Yeah, well, no one will be skeptic anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
no one will have answers still. We'll still be there
everyone would just,
in the dark. On what the hell are these things? What's going on?
yeah, there'd be no more mistrust. Everyone would believe each other, you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
plus, it'll be a lot harder for people to try and debunk each other. So obviously,
yeah,
you still need explanations behind things, because we do still see things. The imagination can go wild, or you're mistaken for something else. But
yeah,
you know, when people are out in the bush, they're experiencing yowies and having rocks thrown at them. And it's like, well, either someone's hiding in the bush, or it's actually a yowie throwing rocks at you. It's one of those things. But
yeah, yeah.
it's
Like a lot of people reckon the war's happening in Ukraine. Reckon, oh, these UFOs are coming out because of the war, you know. And then they go, nah. I said, no, I don't think it's related, man. It's got it's in Australia here. Yeah? It
yeah, it's
came from the
everywhere.
cloud. So it has to be. I reckon 100% UFO. That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't think the government has any power to do that. Everyone's seeing dishes in the sky. I saw a rectangle, man, dog bone shape. You know, those guys on UFO investigation, they see a square in a sphere, a cube in a round sphere. So the apex, the corners of that square, are touching the round sphere, and we know that the sphere is aerodynamic, but the cube is not. Our rectangular object definitely not, and so that can be it could be shape shifting into different objects. Maybe from triangle to square, or to rectangle, or any or a hexagon or something. Whatever. I guess. Yeah. I've got no idea. I'm sure someone on there will have more answers than I have.
Well, people claim they'll have all the answers there, but I still don't believe them. Not all of them anyway. Like, they'll have like an idea, but I don't like how much of that explanation is the truth. Like, because the way I see things, everything's an assumption.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I don't think we'll ever get the real answers. Maybe in this lifetime, I don't know. I hope in this lifetime we'll love to get the answers, but I don't feel we'll get them in this lifetime. I think a little while away yet before we do get some sort of real, pure clarification of what is happening around this world.
Yeah, that's right.
Like if you like in the past, we've had reports there of UFOs or whatever these people, beings, whatever, interfering with nuclear launches. So, So the claims of them going over Ukraine and whatnot, are they going in to stop nuclear launches from Russia, or that's sort of my thinking. Like, people are scared of Russia sending nukes and that because they're threatening it, obviously. But if you listen to the past experiences there from around the world, they've been shutting them off, making sure no one's shooting them.
Yeah.
So I might be putting a bit too much faith and confidence in them, I suppose, in the hope that they're just going to go, nah, you're not doing it, mate. You're a dick. So don't even try it. And I don't know. It's one of those things I just hope that like I said, I think it might be putting too much trust in it, but let's hope so, because we don't want a nuclear war going on. That's something we really don't want. We don't need it.
No, that's right. Well, they say World War III happening, end of the world, end of human beings. Yeah. I don't know. I thought the jab was going to be the end of us.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of conspiracy about that one there. It's some absolutely stupid, but anyway, we'll get away from that because COVID that's a bloody anyway. Damn COVID. But look, it's an absolutely incredible experience you've had there. It's especially it's still got me in my mind, like it's trying to think of what these little things are buzzing around. Like we know they use the clouds to hide around in and that sort of stuff and whatnot.
You seen the movie Ghost? Remember the movie Ghost?
That's the one from the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, with Patrick Swayze, right?
Yeah, vaguely. I haven't watched it, but I've seen little bits of it here and there, so I might know.
So he's dead at that point, right? At the end of the movie, when he comes back, right, and then the light comes through, because Demi, the girl and Whoopi Goldberg, Demi, whatever her name is, they can't see him, but as he comes back to life, you see the light come through, and then you see these white dots. There's white balls coming through with the light, and then you see them appear. Those white balls are a lot smaller in the cloud. Yeah, moving faster.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best I can explain it. Imagine that. But a lot, like in the distance, very small black balls, like what you see in the movie, moving quickly backwards and forward the other way, and coming backwards, concentrated in this one area. So like that.
Okay. So it sort of makes me think that they might be harvesting something from the cloud.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it's sort of like wild guess I can have it, like what they would be doing in the cloud there and whatever they're doing, to try and put a bit of an explanation behind it. There's something in that cloud that they are harvesting.
Maybe, that's what I'm thinking. Something in the cloud, or something above the cloud that I couldn't see, and they're coming through. Yeah, like Mothership. Imagine Independence Day, right? When the Mothership opens up.
Yep.
Yep, and then you see all those small spaceships come out. Oh, I didn't see the mothership. I just saw the spaceships coming,
Yeah.
or the black dots that were coming out of this area. Yeah, never like I always look up at the clouds. Not ever seen that before ever. You see flocks of birds flying around together in unison in the same direction,
Yep.
going backwards and forwards. Pelicans fly in a V, but not backwards and forwards. You have a group of galahs fly over your head. You clap your hands or let off a gunshot, and then they swoop in all different directions. Yeah, but usually they swoop and they're flying forward. These things are flying forward and back. Yeah, so many ways back.
Like you would have heard like swifts or swallows. What are those birds that go over in England? There's Europe, I think they have them. Those big flocks of birds, when they're all sort of following each other and do these big weird patterns, sort of things.
I'm not sure.
I can't even think what they're called now. I think they're a type of swallow, but like there's like hundreds of them, and they all fly in this one big flock, and they don't hit each other. They're all sort of like in a weird sort of unison.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably like the only thing I can sort of relate them to.
Yeah.
Going by your explanation.
Yeah, but maybe one, say for example, maybe 5 coming in this direction, another 5 going in that direction. They're just like, so imagine you've got, like, for example, 5 coming this way and then like that, 5 coming the other way, and then another 5, like, like there's like, say maybe even 10 dots coming down this way, and then another 10 going in the other direction, and they're just passing each other, like that. It's like this, they're flying like that, Yeah, in this one concentrated area. So that movie is the best explanation I can come up with all those things right in the distance. So I had to really squint my eyes because it was like they're really far away, like on the other side of Melbourne,
Yeah, so were those like sort of like circling in that one sort of spot and then passing each other, like one's going clockwise and the other one's going counterclockwise, sort of thing?
Just mainly, it's like a group of them are going north, but there's a lot of dots, going north, and then the other one's going south. So mainly north and south, not east and west. But when they're flying south, they're going in and out, around. They're going all over the place, like that, in and out, like that sort of thing, And the other ones are going in and out. There was lots of them, but they're crossing paths, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's sort of really, it's hard to imagine how you're explaining it. I'm having a bit of trouble trying to imagine it, like just like
if there's a video, if there's an app that makes sure I can sort of. My missus is an artist, so I'm gonna probably get her to draw it, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was weird. I was more concentrated of like how many there were. That was the most surreal to me. Like, how many of these things are up there? That's why I thought drones. They're all flying together, but drones don't fly forward and close. Especially in clouds, they can't see where they're going.
Yeah,
they've got a camera on them. Yeah, so if they're in the cloud, they can hit the other drone and fall down. I saw nothing falling down. The whole
Well, there have been those those drone shows. I don't know if you've seen those where they get a bunch of drones that do weird patterns and that sort of stuff. But you're saying this is like on the outskirts near the Dandenong, so like there would definitely drone shows going around there. So you definitely can rule out drones.
Way in the distance. Like if you're in the western suburbs and you look out, you see Mount Dandenong, you can just see it faintly, right? So these things also, you can see them faintly in the cloud so far. I imagine it was about the same distance because how far they were.
Yeah.
But but they were so small, But this large thing above me, being long and rectangular, I thought if you had a drone in my hand and I let it up into the sky at that distance, there would be a speck, little small thing flying up there. Like you got to think, okay, there it is up there. I can just see it.
Yeah.
This thing was way bigger than that. It was like that power bank here.
Yep.
Like that, but more the edges here. So pretty much. So these parts are a little bit higher. So up and down, a little bit higher, back in, and over the top higher, and then comes flat here, and they come out a little bit higher and then down. So like a dog bone sort of thing, but rectangular in shape. But the same color as this, charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it. Yeah, this is more charcoal, not black. Yeah, so that's it. Or
So,
yeah,
yeah, the shape of the crafts is very interesting. Like when you're saying the dog bone shape, that's very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a description of that sort.
no, 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 not me either. That's what led to me to believe that's not it's not man made. Not to what I saw. I
Yeah,
mean, I thought many people would like say back at Westall School, they reckon they saw three cylinder shapes, yeah,
yeah,
just floating in the sky, appeared, and then they flew into the tree, and they came back, and then one decided to come out of the sky and land on the ground, and then the military came in and tried to clear it up. Anyone see anything at all? Get them all fired and you were drunk.
yeah,
Like that was a cylinder shape, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what everyone sees, but not what we see.
yeah.
You know?
That's right. It's the tic tacky shape, saucer shaped, some sort of bell shape. You know, it's yours is very unique. I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
So it's either they're developing new kind of crafts, maybe I don't know, or we've got a new species of beings coming to visit us, or
Yeah,
it's a lot of
makes you
questions there.
think what happened. Like Area 52 in America. What's there? You know,
Yeah,
they don't talk. They don't talk about it. But it makes you think what's going on in there. You know?
yeah. Well, I think they would have moved things away from there now because it's such a heated zone there. Everyone's all keeping an eye on it, sort of thing. Well, obviously, they'll still be doing military stuff there, but
Yeah,
I think a lot of their real top secret kind of stuff is getting done elsewhere.
yeah. I mean, I'm a mechanic by trade, so and I understand physics and electrical. But if there's such aircraft that can um levitate off the ground, if it's possible to have that sort of aircraft technology, I reckon it would be right now available because this world revolves around money for sure.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, then you've got electric scooters and electric cars, and the technology is here for that. So they're trying to make money from that. But if they have like levitating rare earth magnets or something, or metal that does repel off the earth and go up high, whatever, that's why they come up with drones. And so they're trying to make money off that. So whatever these things are, they would, if they were man-made, they would have made aircrafts from it. You know,
yeah.
but we don't see that. We're not seeing that yet. You know.
Yeah, it's sort of like we're sort of getting eased into the technology side of things, so we don't get too far ahead and lose ourselves in it. Like sort of
Yeah,
guided in a sense.
yeah,
But I've mentioned in the past there where when Roswell happened there in the now I think it was the 40s or 50s, one of those eras anyway. You know, after that incident, that's when we sort of started getting CDs, microwaves, lasers, computer chips, all that sort of stuff. Started Our technology started booming
yeah.
after that.
That's right. Yeah,
Like we're not like at a big massive height now, but we're sort of like on a level playing field. We're just improving everything that we got, sort of thing.
yeah.
But we've got no real major breakthroughs at this point.
No, that's right. It's just whatever you see right now. But yeah, they've got Elon Musk now. They've got technologies
Yeah,
where rockets can go up and then they can come down and land.
yeah,
Not not get rid of them and land and then take off again and go. Save lots of money.
yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah, that's
incredible what they've done.
breakthrough. You know. Yeah,
He's an amazing guy. Well, him and his team, absolutely
yeah,
amazing. It's incredible watching on those videos too. Like seeing the rocket coming back down to land. It's mind blowing how they can do that
amazing.
now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, oh look, absolutely incredible what's going on these days, and eventually going to be going to Mars in a few years, I think. At least by
no,
2030, I think they want to try and get us there by. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how they go along in the few years. So we're definitely going to be making
yeah.
some big breakthroughs anyway.
Imagine how much a ticket would be worth to go there and come back.
Yeah, well, how much was it now just to go into space there with Virgin?
Oh yeah, Galactic. Yeah,
How much was that? That was like nearly $500,000 or something like that, wasn't it? Or
yeah,
something,
something like 700. I
phenomenal.
thought I remember $750,000, man.
Yeah, it could be something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something phenomenal. Like, the average person's going to be going nowhere near space for any time soon. Or you just go and, buy a ticket on the credit card and go, oh no, I got stolen. Giving people
Max it
ideas
out.
now. But, yeah, look, mate, actually, no, I've got another question for you. So, on this whole subject, what are your thoughts on what these things are? Like, what's controlling these crafts and such?
That's also going through my head in the last 2 weeks. What's inside? Is it an alien with two green eyes and it's a green body? I don't think, in my mind, honestly, it's something like that. I think I don't think it's even human in my mind, like a human body. I would think it's more of another life form, like they say. Yeah, it's just that because none of us have, even Area 51, like they say, they caught the one spaceship and opened up and had a look inside, and what did they caught? And then they made movies on it, right? I don't think it's because we can breathe air and we're living tissue, yeah. So whatever this thing is coming from another galaxy, if it is a galaxy, I can't imagine what it'd be like, or whatever this is, whatever's controlling it, you know. I have no idea. That's maybe why they're so. I think why they're so intrigued in my aircraft when they came close to examine and study the movements. You know, don't know. Maybe yeah. And you were seeing a lot more every day. They're probably just going back and just creating they're just studying us and just studying our planet to invade us, to help us. I've got no idea, man. Yeah, but lots of those dots in the sky made me really thought. Now this is not. Yeah, I was a little bit scared when I saw that because I thought, yeah, something of this thing is coming into our atmosphere. And they're gonna open up. I thought, yeah, they're gonna open up and just attack or be our friend, one of the two. They can be good or bad, you know. But there was another thing that I thought maybe because you say that the spirits and um UFO and supernatural, that it's rather good or bad. So I'm thinking possible because I had another guy told me this. They go, if they were me and they saw what they saw, they'll do the prayer in the name of the Father, the Holy Son, whatever you see in front of me, Jesus, please take that away. And he said, because when you say that prayer, it'll disappear and go. If it's an evil, yeah, if it's a devil imposing this on us, and he wanted to see it because everyone that's human, whether you're Christian or normal person or non-believer, we always skeptics, yeah. And he said he wanted to see it, and he wanted to say the prayer and see whether it would disappear. But I never thought of saying the prayer, man. I was just saying, what the hell is that thing? Yeah, never thought about that. It was just didn't come to me. Yeah, because if he says to me, he goes, if you would say the prayer and whatever was in the sky would just disappear, you know straight away, 100%, it's definitely evil. It's part of the devil. Yeah, it's not part of the goodness. It's part of evil, and it's deceiving our thoughts of illusion. Yeah, like when they say when Jesus Christ comes back to the earth, to resurrect the good people, yeah, and people who accept him for whatever else. They say that when you get closer towards the end of time, which is what it is now, it could be all these illusions. But I kind of thought that was the illusion that I thought it was because of it being dark and very like you can see if you look at that picture how hazy it was. But I saw that with my own eyes. I thought it's a little bit hazy. It should be a bit more crystal clear, but I can't. I'm still trying to make out what it is. I was trying to see some greater detail, but I couldn't. Yeah, it's like seeing a shadow, and you see a black shadow in front of you from the sun, and but that shadow is very far away, and you can't make any detail from it. It's just a black shadow. It's the shadow from the sun. I can see the shadow on the wall. Yeah, it's a little bit hazy. You can see it from the light. But imagine, that shadow's in the sky. But it's not purely black. It's a little bit. It's like charcoal. So yeah, I don't know, man. Each to their own, they say. But that's the only way to find out for sure. By doing say a prayer and see what happens.
Yeah, I want to touch on that too. Like, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with it, really, because in like the stories I've heard, like people were saying the godly prayer and that the spirit goes away or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing that annoys me with that, like, I'm not really much of a religious person. Like, I stay away from it. I've got no real interest in it because I think God's a dick. So, yeah, to put it plainly. But people pray for these things to go away, the evil spirits to go away. But people, everyday lives, they're living their lives. They have a horrible life. Like kids could be getting tortured, raped, women, whatever, raped. People getting horrible things in their life. Like the world's messed up.
Yeah,
Some guys can get stabbed or shot. Over something so stupid and simple. And here they are praying to God, going, "God save me, God save me, do something, please save me."
Because they all have faith in the Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as you have faith and ask for acceptance, ask for Him to be as I understand, ask for acceptance. We can't see Him, yeah. No one can, and some people who I don't know. I've talked to people who have seen. Have you seen any supernatural in their life? They go, no, they haven't. And other people, yeah, I've seen a couple I can't explain, or I've had one thing happen, I've seen whatever. Most people say no. So it happens to some people, yes, and some people they don't. I can't explain that part. I don't know why some people see stuff and some people don't. I don't understand, but I know that I've seen shitloads, man, and I didn't ask for any of this to happen. It just happened, yeah, throughout the time.
The thing I'm getting at though is like, if God's so good and He can go and take away the evil spirits, why can't He save these women, children, people from getting horrible things done for them when they're screaming to help, screaming for help from Him?
I asked that same question, man, and the way I understand it now, as I understand, is that because Jesus Christ came to this earth and He was punished back before, and He was resurrected up. So as they say the one cell that was made on this earth a long time ago, they know how 95% of the cell was constructed, but the other 5% they can't make sense of it. So they thought God has made that extra 5% and made the cell kicked off, and that's how us humans come to this earth. That 90%, 95% that they know, yes, there's all those elements, but the 5% is unknown. So they thought possibly that's the reason. It has to be God that made it happen, right? Until they find out how we got on this earth, it's still another mystery. Yeah. Same with another mystery as the pyramids, how they came. You got the statues in Easter Island, the stuff in the past, how even the pyramids, how they aligned with the stars at the right geometry of the earth, at the same coordinates, just stuff like that. It's all questions, but we have science that can go back to get so much answers, but we still haven't got all the answers we need. So that's when we go on faith, man. We go on our faith because God, as they say, they want God. God wants us to ask Him for acceptance and pray, because sometimes you might have a sign, sometimes you don't. I've seen what I've seen, and I've told you tonight. So, but I haven't seen God. I haven't. I've just seen my experiences, and all I'm doing now every day is just continue to do the right thing, and help other people where they need, I guess.
Yeah.
Just do good things, I guess, not do bad things, and, be a better person. That's all I can do for me. And just tell people my stories and hope that's enough to help people. That's all I can do.
Absolutely. I don't base myself off religion in that sense. Like, a lot of people have to have the religion there to go and sort of make them feel like a better person, but to me, I don't think you don't need a religion to define who you are. Like, you can be the better person yourself. You can, as long as you're a good person to the people around you and all that sort of stuff, and treat the world nicely. Why shouldn't you be accepted into the whole godly heaven thing if that thing is real? Like
that part. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's all we need. The world just needs to be good. We need peace, happiness, then we prosper. Everyone is happy. The world will keep spinning in a happier way. But I'm battling now. But that's all we need. We just need good people. People be good
Yeah.
to each other. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it positive. Yeah, and then keep on making friends, keep on helping people, and people will help you back.
That's right.
Make it become a better world,
Definitely. So, look, mate, I think we're about on the end of the time there. So, yeah, if there's anything else, mate, you want to add to your experiences or anything about
Just everyone keep their eyes in the sky, and just if there's any clouds, just look at the clouds. You can see there's no clear sky. You can see past. You'll see the blue. Sometimes you might see a little shiny thing in there, but whatever else. But yeah, it happens at any time. That's the thing. I don't know when it'll happen. At any time it'll happen when you're least expecting it, like it happened to us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're lucky enough, you'll break and destroy your skepticism on the whole subject altogether. if you do doubt it.
All I'm doing is sharing my experience with people that haven't seen it before. All I'm doing is just showing people and telling people what I seen, and I just hope that people have a bit of faith and just keep their eyes in the sky, and just if they see something, don't be afraid to say it. Yeah, and share your story, because I'm sure we're not. I'm sure we're not alone, especially what I've heard from other people too. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I love having people like yourself come on the show there who have had experiences there, because people know these things are happening. People are scared of what's going around the world, so the best thing is to talk about it, make people realize that these things are actually happening, and make them understand without this whole bullshit skepticism that goes on behind it. Get rid of this whole stigma that it's not a laughing matter anymore. These things do actually exist.
Yeah, 100%. You got to keep it real, man. Yeah, that's it. When I talk about it, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not making up any bullshit. There's no need for bullshit. Yeah,
that's it.
just gotta. If I met Elvis, I'd say, amen. I met him, but I didn't. I've never met the man. I've never met Bill Armstrong or anyone that's famous. But I have seen what I've seen, and that's there's no need for me to make that up.
No, look, mate, thank you very much for coming on the show, and hopefully you've encouraged so many other people to come on. So
thanks, mate.
It's your stories that make the whole thing worthwhile. I'm just here. I'm just the guy. I'm just the guy that introduced you, and you yourself, there's many others there. They're all the reason why people come to these shows, would have listened to them, because
I appreciate it.
That's where the juicy parts are. Anyway,
I know what we've seen is pretty extreme, because I know when I talk to other people and ask, they go, "Yeah, I've seen something. It's always a light in the sky. It's not extreme like what we saw in the daytime, especially being that dark rectangular object, And it just asks more questions. How can they fly so freaking quick? How can they move like that? It's not what we know. It's not like I know, Yeah, you fly forward with aerodynamics, and aeroplanes fly forward. The engine pushes them forward into the wind. The wind goes over the top of the wing, creates a vacuum, and it comes up. Or helicopters have a blade that spins, creates pressure, it goes up. Yeah, we know that, but yeah, levitate, fly forward, move up quick. I don't know, man. It's just it's crazy. It's really I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
It blows everything out of proportion. All logic just doesn't matter anymore. When you see these things, it's just got nothing.
Yeah, that's right. I wish I did. I'll say if I came back and saw it another day and it came back, I wish it did come back again. But come closer and I'll take a photo next time. I'll share it.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, you got a GoPro set up.
Yeah. I have
just
a GoPro.
Sit up everywhere, so you can't miss it. There's no hiding.
No, that's right.
Well, mate, look, thank you very much again for coming on the show, mate. It's absolutely great having you on here. Fantastic experience, very extremely unique from all perspectives on this thing, mate. It's amazing, to say the least. There's no other words to really describe it. There probably is, but I'm just amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, mate, look, again, thank you very much for coming on the show, mate.